All right. Recently, we were talking about, some friends and I were talking about what we miss most and what we need most in the world. And one of the top fives was empathy. Our next guest co authored a book full of ideas on how to improve the world around you. In this segment, the activities you can do to try at home to encourage empathy from a younger age. Here's Andreas with that conversation.
Your late summer adventures may be fast approaching, but we've got one more adventure to add to the list. I'm here with mother-daughter duo Carrie and Sophia Fox, who are co-authors of Adventures in Kindness. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being with me. I'm so excited to speak to you about Adventures in Kindness and the impact that kindness really has on our daily lives. So tell us about your inspiration for the book and your efforts to spread kindness everywhere.
Thank you. I wish I could say that we had set out to write a book about kindness, but we actually didn't. It came somewhat unexpected. And I wonder if, Sophia, you want to talk about our journal?
Sure. So me and my mom, we share a journal, and we try to write in it every night. And I came home from school one night, and I asked my mom, why is there so much mean in the world? Because I was seeing a lot of mean on the news, and my friends were talking about it, and I didn't really understand why that was all happening at the time.
Yeah. So it's a pretty tough question to have to answer to a kid. It's a tough world that kids are growing up in, and I didn't have an answer. So the best I could do was say, if we don't like the way mean feels, let's put as much of the opposite of mean into the world as we can. And so in that journal, we started to write a list of all of the kind ways that we could improve the world. And as we built that list, we realized we had a pretty big list, and they sounded like fun things to do. And so we just started going on these adventures in kindness. It was just for us, and sometimes Sophia's sister Kate and their dad would come with us too. And then we realized that if we actually put this in a list and shared it with more people, we could have a much greater impact. And so that's really where the idea for the book started.
I'm so inspired because I have not done a good job of journaling. And I said that I was going to do that over the course of these last couple months as life really just changed in many, many different ways. So I applaud you for not only journaling, but being able to share a journal together. I think having that accountability partner makes sure that it all gets done. There's a link between empathy and kindness as well. And that's something that we're all having to recalibrate on as we think about, as Sophia mentioned, what's in the news, what's affecting us every single day. So what do you all see as that link?
We think about kindness in a much bigger way than simply saying it's about saying please and thank you and opening a door. It's as much as we can understanding what life is like for people who are different than us, that everyone has a different life experience. And that is certainly being shown in this time of COVID, that we are all mourning and experiencing life in very, very different ways right now. And so what we wanted to do through the variety of adventures we put together was really to have kids understand and start to learn empathy, not just by reading, but by doing. And so having kids take on very different adventures about learning about different cultures, or interviewing an older relative and understanding what their life experience was like, or reading books that are written by people who are different from you or have primarily Black and brown main characters is what we're trying to center in our summer reading book in that adventure. So really it's about doing, and through the action of doing, building empathy, both as parents and as kids.
I love that. And I think those adventures are so simple to start, right? Not things that you need to order a bunch of supplies for, but really just having conversations and getting to know people and understanding their background. And I think whether you are a child or an adult, there's a bit of work to do for all of us in that area. Now, these adventures are also very much based on education. And as we look at children who are being thrust into new educational environments and formats, as well as new senses of structure for their educational learning and their timing, how do these activities assist with that? And which ones would you suggest for getting us started in this very strange school year we're going into?
Such a great question. And you hit on it exactly. I mean, the point of this book is for any kid to be able to open up to any page and say, I've got what I need to make a difference. It's not so much, what do I do? I feel like I want to do something. What do I do? It's, here's all the resources for you to make change. And sometimes it's nothing more than just going to find a rock in your neighborhood and decorating it and leaving it on someone's doorstep. And for us, the Kindness Rocks, which is one of the adventures in the book, has been one of Sophia and her friends' favorites over the course of the summer, right?
Yeah.
And we've also, you know, I think when we think about what can kids be doing, we've taken a lot of time throughout the book, and I should say we didn't plan to release this during COVID. We wrote it almost a year ago, and it just happened to be released in May when we were in the center of this pandemic. But it really was designed for kids to feel like they could be change agents in their community and that everything they need is right at their fingertips.
So Sophia, I have to ask you, we heard about the rock adventure. What are your other favorite adventures?
I like the shower time challenge. I think that's really fun because like me and my sister like go against each other to see who can take the fastest challenge, and we're like really competitive.
So ways
so
to
that's
keep you
really
moving at home, moving and grooving, having fun with the people that you love, who are close by, who you're probably spending a lot more time with these days, and certainly making sure that you learn a little bit in that process too. I just love the concept of this. I cannot wait to start my own adventures with my family and to make sure that, like you said, we're spreading kindness and empathy everywhere we go. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You as well. So we all can spend some time taking adventures in kindness. To learn more about the Adventures in Kindness, we encourage you to visit our website at WTBR.com/VTM.